Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? Great. I think it has been a wonderful day. I'm so grateful that I've been here the whole day to listen to all speakers. So many inspiring messages. I'm going to connect with some of the messages in my speech today, and I'm going to talk about leadership. And I would like to dedicate my talk today to one of the greatest leaders in the world, Nelson Mandela. He had something in him that I think all of us are striving for. He had some kind of wisdom inside him, and he shared it with the world. And I think that we all can be leaders. We all can reach out there and influence other people, inspire them to do things. And in the future, I believe that leaders are going to use social media in a smarter way to collaborate and connect with others. And with leaders, I don't mean titles. I mean people like you and I, people who want to do things, people who want to share their wisdom, share their ideas, and show the rest of the world that things are possible. That's what I mean with leaders. And we all have people we can influence, people we can connect with, people we love, people we meet. But we also have people all around the world that we now can connect with thanks to the internet. We can share our messages with them, and we can collaborate thanks to the smart digital tools that are out there to be used. And the digital tools, they are democratic. Anyone who has access to a computer and the internet can use them. And with these tools, we can share our message that we care about so much. My thoughts matter, and your thoughts matter, and our thoughts matter. We should do something about them. We should share them with more people. Today I'm going to share some stories about two friends of mine. One story that's local to London, and I hope you will bring with you some of the key points in them that you can bring with you and do something with. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I don't know. But I would like to start locally. I would like to start with a community in West London called Acton. And for you who are not sure where Acton is, this is central London, here's Hyde Park, and then you continue driving, and there is Acton. You can go there with lots of different tubes and overground and everything. And I live about 2 stops from Acton by the overground. And lots of people I meet up with on a regular basis are very concerned at the moment there. They are protesting and they are annoyed. Because there's a property developer who wants to build a big, large property in the middle of Acton, right between the High Street and Churchill Road. So that's here, Churchill Road and Acton High Street. And they want to build this big building there, right here. And that's going to be like a gated community that people cannot walk through. You know, they will cut off the blood stream between those 2 streets. And have you ever been to Acton? Yeah. You know how it looks? Can you agree that Acton is in need of a facelift? Yes. They need to do something about it there. It's not pretty. You know, the High Street need investment, they need new energy, they need new business going there. And you know, just give it a little bit of a facelift. And anyway, and also another thought I've had, you know, if we would let the property investors and developers just develop things wherever they would like to develop it, London would probably look a bit crazy. And this is what the citizens of Acton right now think. They think, okay, we're going to give them 3 months to do this. What's going to be next? And you know, when you do a big investment like this, a 9-story house, it's going to stay there for a lifetime, 100 years, I don't know, a long time. Anyway, so this has been going on for a couple of years, or maybe, well, actually more years. And recently, the local politicians, the local government, they approved it. They said, yeah, this is right, it's a good idea. They want to put a Waitrose on the bottom. Who doesn't want to live near a Waitrose? And the local citizens there, they don't even think that Waitrose will survive for 6 months, so they don't see anything positive with it. And they've been protesting against this, and now they're influencing the mayor of London. All major projects that's going to go, well, so they're going to really influence people, needs to go through his office. So they are actively protesting and getting more and more people to influence, and they've done it really accessible. So they set up a website, which looks like this. They set up a website, And they share this website with everybody who they think will be affected with it. And it's step by step. What you can do, who you should email, the Mayor Londoner's email address, everything on Twitter and Facebook, who you should email on Waitrose, and things you can share. Everything is there. They've made it totally accessible. And they also, oops, that's not the right slide. They also created a video, a YouTube video that's 7 minutes long. And this 7-minute long video is very easy for anyone to just watch and see. And then you understand the problem and the implications of if they're going to build this new lovely house there, what's going to happen with traffic. Do they really believe that that's the right thing for the citizens? And they did. There was a poll last week in the London West newspaper. And 87% of everybody participating in this poll were against this. So people there, they don't want it. So the steps that they took here, they made it accessible with the website. They created a video where they interviewed local citizens, and they said why they don't think that this is the right solution. This is not the right kind of facelift that they need. And they also got Anna Chancellor, the British actress, involved. And for you who don't know who she is, for me, she's most famous for being part of 4 weddings and a funeral. And she's the woman, the duck-faced woman, who Hugh Grant's dance just before they're going to get married. So she's quite famous, and she's like the main voice of the local active citizens that walking through the consequences of what's going to happen. And it's very easy to understand. So by just watching this on the website and watching this video, you know what to do. You can share this video with your friends. Most of us will have 7 minutes. And this is an example of excellent local digital leadership in action. And they need to get this sort of done before Christmas. The Mayor of London can vote any day. They can say yes or they can say no. And they are concerned. And if they can do this, this is something that I think we can do as well. Because we will have similar things in our lives that will happen in the future that we will not be happy about. And crazy development might happen where we live, on our high street, or our part of the city. So my next story I would like to share with you is about a lady called Katherine Sparkes. This is Katherine there. She's a pretty amazing lady. She works with corporate social responsibility. I've done that for many, many years. And in her spare time, when she doesn't do that, she ran an amazing amount of charity projects. And a few years ago, 2011, she decided to build a school and raise money for a school in Africa in 1 month. And her belief is the best way to fight poverty is through education. That was her belief and her values and what she really wanted to do. Fight poverty through education. So she got in contact with the village in Kenya. And they decided, okay, here's the right place to build a school. And she set up a challenge. And the challenge was to raise money in a month and get 250 people to donate £100 each. And since she had been very, very active and raised a lot of money before, she already asked all her friends, like a few too many times I think, and also her family and everybody she knew to donate money to a charity project. She said, okay, I have to go worldwide. How do I go worldwide? Well, I use Twitter. So she used Twitter for like the first time in her life. And it looked like this. Build a school in a month, and they have a website that's taken down now. Want to get involved in a little challenge for summer? Help me build a school in a month. And she got this going. And within 30 days, they had raised the money, and strangers that she never ever heard about before donated money. And they were involved. And they built a community around this project. So this is an example of how to go global with like zero knowledge about how to use Twitter. But just because her message was really, truly deep inside her, what she really believed in, it worked so well. And also the time frame, 30 days, that's a challenge. Get people to get involved in 30 days. You cannot wait till next month or the month after. You have to take action now. So this is another example of digital leadership worldwide that goes into community in one country, in one village, for these kids and children and the future of this village. And she made a big difference there. She can do it. We can do it. My next story is about this guy here. He's called McQueen. I met him when I was in Denmark earlier this year. He was a photographer at an event that I was speaking. And after I've been speaking about digital leadership, he came to me and said, Sofie, you have to listen to my project, what I did a few years ago. I was like, oh, hey, please tell me. This is an amazing story. Do you remember the earthquake in Haiti a few years ago? And it happened in January, I think it was like about the 10th of January. And he sat at home in Denmark, and his daughter was about 2 years old, but they were very, very emotional and sad for the people there, losing the connections in the families, losing children, losing parents, losing friends, everything. And what can I do? How can I contribute? What is my skills and talent that I can bring forward and do something for them? And then I realized, okay, I'm going to write a book. And I'm going to ask 100 people to contribute with a story each. And so he's very technically savvy. He did a YouTube video, very simple YouTube video. That's 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Called it 100 Stories for Haiti. Put it on YouTube, send it to some friends, share it with some people, then put it on Twitter. And all the instructions, what you need to do if you would like to write one of these stories, was in there. You know, you couldn't have published it anywhere else, and you know, copyright things. You know, you really wrote the story and stuff like that. Everything is in this video. He shared it on his Twitter account on 19th of January. Within 24 hours, he had over 100 stories submitted. And then within a couple of weeks, they had over 1,000 stories submitted. That's 1 million words first. And that's suddenly huge. You know, it's a big project to manage 1 million words. It's nothing you can do yourself. So he had to sort of build the community, work with lots of different editors and writing experts and people good at story, sort of judging what is a good story. And they set up a website where people could vote. This story is good, this story is not good. And in the end, it worked out to be published and done and ready within 6 weeks and 4 days. And then that was the ebook that was out. And he inspired lots of different people. You know, it was thousands of people who knew about this project and wanted to contribute in different ways. And there was one publisher who got very, very inspired. And they published the book. So it looks like this. You can read all the stories here. And it didn't stop there. So he had a big team of editors and people contributing in Australia. And you know, there was this flooding in Queensland that was pretty devastating for Australia. And they wanted to do something similar. So his project got other people so inspired. So now we have 100 stories for Haiti, we have 100 stories for Queensland. Greg also managed to project 50 stories for Pakistan. And then another author, after the tsunami in Japan, they wrote this New Sun Rising stories for Japan. So he created like a blueprint that other people who would like to do something similar just could copy. And they all asked him for permission. Oh, hi Greg, is it alright if we do the same? And he was like, yeah, of course you can do the same. He used the same kind of system, use the same kind of sort of rules and get it going. And I think this is a very good example of how you can get people all over the world to contribute and work together. He never met most of these authors. And he also got some quite famous authors to contribute with the story. And a 1,000-word story, how long time does it take to write? I don't know, if you're a good writer, you would do it in half a day for sure. I think this is a very good example of someone who's creating something that other people can copy, and they can use the blueprint. It's a good example of worldwide engagement, how you can get more than just a few people that you know to get engaged, and lots of people to contribute. It's a digital leadership in action. And if he can do it, I also think that we can do it. So if you would like to do anything like this, I would like to share a few tips, a few things that I learned from listening to these people and feeling inspired. And the key 3 things that I would like to share with you. And they are, act with your passion. These people here were really deeply looking into themselves, what they wanted to do, and then they did it. They didn't do anything because there was anyone else who told them what to do. And that was like, they thought that this solution might work, let's try it. That was how they did it. And all of these projects has a quite limited time frame. You remember the Acton guys? That's before Christmas. This has to be done now. They cannot wait. Katherine, 30 days. And Greg, raising money for the Red Cross for Haiti. It's also a time limit. They needed the money now. They couldn't wait. And then my third tips is build your network and dare to approach strangers. Because your network might connect you with the right people. And then also, you have no idea who's sharing your values and your beliefs on another part of the world. They might be the right one who's the right one for you that will make something happen. And the message is key. And I love working with communication online, and I often see that people get communication a bit wrong. But when you get it right, when you get the message right, you talk to people's mind, their heart, their body, you're in there touching their soul and spirit. You're connecting emotionally somehow, because you also believe that that's the right thing to do. And that is why it's working.